Well, what's going on, guys? I'm Septile MC, or George D. I was about to say the coach of the San Francisco 49ers, but that is not the case right now. I'm not doing anything like that. So, today I have for you another Showdown Live in the UU tier once again. UU is my favorite tier as of now, at least. Having a lot of fun with it and stuff, and I made a new team, and I've been testing it out in like the 1400s range, and it's actually been doing pretty well. I do have Mega Blastoise on it. I'm really loving Mega Blastoise in this tier. I feel like it's one of the best Megas, if not the best Mega in the tier. A lot of people can argue that. A lot of people can say Mega Sceptile can sweep better. Mega Aerodactyl so versatile. I feel like Mega Blastoise, it fills its role so well. It's so versatile. It's so bulky. It's so strong. I just love it. I wanted to use a Swords Dancing Lucario with, well, the standard set basically, which is close combat, E-speed, and then you basically pick your last move. I decided to use Bullet Punch because I felt like I dealt with its counters quite well with this team. I don't even have the team open, I'm just describing it. Okay, so, let me just do it this way. So I have Lucario here, it's an Adamant Life Orb set with the Justified, so if they want to knock off, I will gladly go for knockoff. 1.5 times boost is better than 1.3 times boost. So yeah. Next Pokemon I have is a Banded Entei. I've never used Banded Entei in this tier, actually. And with the Priority and the Sacred Fire and the Stone Edge, I also use Bulldoze. I like Bulldoze. It's a very good move, especially with Lucario. I can go for like a Bulldoze as a last-ditch move, get a speed drop, go into Lucario, outspeed, and then just take stuff out. So that's that Pokemon. I have Mega Blastoise to obviously spin away the hazards. Dark Pulse, Scald, Ice Beam, Max HP, Max Special Attack. Pretty standard set. Chestnut right here. Chestnut is my physically defensive mon. I want to use Chestnut. I haven't used Chestnut before. I haven't used Chestnut, Entei, or Lucario before, so I decided I would use the bulletproof, max physically defensive, Drain Punch, Spiky Shield, Leech Seed, and Spikes. Pretty standard spread. Now I hate this Pokemon. I hate it. I'm sorry I'm using it, but I have to use it. Porygon 2. This team needed a Pokemon that could all around tank some hits. Chestnut, while it's great physically, it doesn't deal too well with Pokemon like Mega Aerodactyl because of Aerial Ace and stuff like that. Porygon 2, with the little bit of defensive investment I have, can really tank those hits. Tri-Attack, Discharge, I have Toxic. I don't have Ice Beam on. I didn't feel like I needed Ice Beam. I felt like having the Discharge with a 30% chance to para, as well as Tri-Attack with its hacks as well, it's very good. Now, the final mon, I didn't have Rocks on this team, so I was thinking I was going to use this mon for Rocks, but then I decided I would actually use it as a Choice Scarf variant. Now, I've been trying to decide between T-Bolt and an Energy Ball, and in the games I've practiced with, I haven't used either of them. I've used Psychic and U-Turn. But looking at, like, Pokemon and shit like that, it's really a toss-up, because I could use T-Bolt or Energy Ball at any point, but there's also other moves I would want to run, so it really does have the fourth move syndrome. You can run Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, that's pretty much it. Dazzling Gleam or Shadow Ball is my other two options. I decided not to run either of them because I feel like Psychic is just a powerful stab move. These two give me great coverage for Mega Swampert, Mega Aerodactyl, and stuff like that, so I want to keep both of them on, considering it's my only Grass-type move on the team. Other than, actually no, Chestnut does not have Wood Hammer as Drain Punch. So yeah, so that's the team, guys. Soup in a Bowl is a crazy person. I just played this guy. I literally tested against him 5 minutes ago. Alright, well, we'll do the exact same strategy then. He has a hyper-offensive team, so what he's going to do is he's going to lead Azelf, get up his Rocks, and I'm going to... See, he's just going to get up his Rocks anyway. Azelf versus Azelf. Here we go again. U-Turn now can do about 50% to this thing. I do have a Timid nature. I don't have a minus defensive nature. I feel like I want to keep my defenses up there in case I face Priority. Okay, get a crit this time, so that's about half again. This time, I did go into Blastoise last time to kind of force him to, well, actually, am I going to do the same thing again? I feel like the same turns are just going to happen over and over again. If I go into Lucario, I can fire off a Bullet Punch, reveal the Bullet Punch, I'm guessing, or Extreme Speed, doesn't really matter. We'll just do Lucario, because Lucario's not gonna... This is a very hyper-offensive team. It's gonna be hard for me to set up a sweep, Oh, this is fantastic. Extreme speed this thing to the ground. So he goes into Entei trying to... Oh no, that does good damage to him though. Definitely going to be seeing a... What's it called? Actually, I'm going to turn this down because it's a little loud in my ear. Definitely Sacred Fire's on its way. There's no reason not to. Goes for Bulldoze, predicting my switch, which is a good play, although I think that that would have worked anyway for him. So now we're in on this thing, and honestly, I don't see a reason not to Scald. If he goes into Cements, I'll Ice Beam the next turn. I really don't see a reason not to, so I'm going to go for Scald. Goes into his Azelf as a Death Fodder, so his hazards are not on the field. Last time I played this guy, which is about 5 minutes ago, he got his rocks up and then exploded on me, which is what I was kind of expecting him to do, which is why I went into my priority user over my Blastoise. But he ended up taunting, expecting me to be Okay, this is a problem. We're going to Scald because I want to... We can take an Aura Sphere. Oh, hell yeah, we can take an Aura Sphere. Scald's going to nearly kill it, too. And is Aura Sphere a ball move? We about to find out. I don't know if it is, but I'm going to go on my Chestnut. Goes for Flash Cannon. Okay, that was shitty. That was really bad of me. Let's just try to get up some recovery with Spiky Shield. And... Okay. So I guess I should have done what I should have done is sack off my Blastoise at that point. We took damage on Chestnut, but it's still at a point where it can take on the Mega Absol. It's at a point where it can take on the Mence as well. Actually, P2 can take on the Mence really nicely, if I'm not mistaken. We also just need to deal with its priority, so Lucario can actually come out with E-Speed and take it out after it goes for an Aura Sphere right here, or Flash Cannon. Don't want to go into my P2 because I want to keep that thing at max health so I can use it to possibly paralyze something. Blastoise will go down. That's not a problem. I'm not concerned about that whatsoever. Let's go to Lucario, and let's just fire off another E-Speed. I like E-Speed. It's nice +2 priority. Instead of just Bullet Punch. I do have the Bullet Punch as well. I figured with Adamant I kind of wanted this 2 stabs as well as priority because I couldn't decide between Crunch, Ice Punch. So I decided fuck them both. Or Earthquake. Crunch, Ice Punch, and Earthquake. So I just went, fuck it, I'll run Bullet Punch. And that's what I've been doing. Because this isn't meant to be an early game sweeper. I'm meant to try to whittle my opposing team down. So now this is a little situation we got here. I'm trying to think, do I want to go into Chestnut predicting a Bulldoze, or do I go into Entei predicting a Sacred Fire? I sort of want my Entei. I'm thinking I'm just going to Extreme Speed this turn, sack off my Lucario. But I do want the Extreme Speed priority. I'm trying to think about this. Because if he goes for... He went for Bulldoze last time. I'm thinking he's going for Sacred Fire this time. Let's go for it. Plays. Yes! That does a lot, though, yeah. It does a fuck ton to me. I'm going to fire for Stone Edge this turn. Hopefully win the speed tie. Hopefully get off a Stone Edge on whatever wants to come out. It'll kill this thing. I didn't want to go for the Bulldoze because if I went for it and it killed it, he would go into Mence and set up a Dragon Dance, and then we'd have a little situation on our hand. I do have 2 forms of priority and a Scarfed Azelf, but I still don't want to be taking on a +1 Mence. So that is the reason I went for Stone Edge over Bulldoze. Stone Edge is still going to kick, it's going to kill this thing. It's going to do about maybe 75% to Absol, and it's going to put the Slurp buff in the range where it has to use its Citrus Berry early on. And then I outspeed right before it's Unburden. So that's why I went for Stone Edge, is the safer play in general. Do I have things to deal with Mence if it sets up +1? Yeah, but I don't want to risk it still. I have 2 forms of priority. I want to save that for the Absol, which I see as a much bigger threat, especially if it's Swords Dance knockoff Superpower Play Rough set, or Sucker Punch Play Rough set, because my team gets absolutely destroyed by that. Barring my Chestnut, might be able to take a +2 Play Rough from the range it's at. I'm going to have to Spiky Shield a little bit, maybe play some mind games with him, going for Drain Punch and stuff, but yeah, it's not something I want to play with. Am I hearing 2 different kinds of music? Stone Edge, we actually outspeed and take him out, so that is great. That is what I wanted to see happen. I feel like there's two different types of music playing, but I'm gonna keep it going. If I were okay, absolutely does come out. You see, this is the really tricky part. I know he has a Sucker Punch. I want to keep my priority, but I know he has the Sucker Punch. I'm gonna go for Stone Edge. It's risky, I know. Oh no! Okay. I guess something like that was bound to happen. Let me go with my P2. I have Magic Bounce and stuff like that. He might just knock off me, but I'm just gonna go for a Tri Attack, which will 2-hit KO him. Try to go for Discharge, try to get a para, but I feel like Tri Attack going for a 2-hit KO is just a better idea right now. Especially because I still have a 30% chance of getting some kind of para on him. Some kind of para, burn, or freeze on him. Goes for Swords Dance. That's a... Oh! You see what I was talking about with Tri Attack, guys? Okay, that sucks. But nothing I can do about that. And that goes down, which is great. Now let's see what he wants to do. If he goes into Mence, I may decide to Toxic or Discharge it. Megas are for noobs. Choo-choo. Do we go for damage and then try to... Well, Azelf is Scarfed. So I'm thinking going for damage is our best play. He double switches. I don't know what he was predicting. Oh, probably Chestnut to come out. But, yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. That's not going to be happening. So if I try attack here, I will get 40% on him. Belly Drummed is 50 plus 25 is 75. So 50, 10. Oh, I can take him out. Belly Drum, he's not going to be able to survive this. He's not going to be able to survive this. I was correct. Then this thing comes out and we can just try attack and take him out. Dragon Claw. He's going to himself and his fire off his Psychic. Dragon Claw does take us out again. Now we do have to go into Lucario. Fire off an Extreme Speed. Bring it at 1%. Can we live? Oh no. Oh no. Well, I do have the Spiky Shield. I do have the Spiky Shield to finish it. And that is what's going to end the game. Close game. Very close game. Hyper Offense. Hyper Offense is very threatening. Especially that team. I think I've seen that team 3-4 times on the ladder already. And now we have this team to go up against. Okay. So... what are they going to lead off with? Whimsicott, maybe? Crobat? I don't see any reason not to lead off with my Mega Blastoise. I really don't. Crobat comes out, what is he going to do to me? Gonna Mega Evolve, and do I want to fire off a Scald or an Ice Beam? Well, let's play it safe. Turn 1, we're just gonna fire off an Ice Beam. U-turns, 12%. Don't think that's banded damage. I hope that's not banded damage, that's pretty sad. Oh, god. That is bye-bye, Whimsicott. So Whimsicott goes down very, very early on, which is something that we really wanted. It's an annoying thing to have against you. It's very annoying. So now let's see. What is he going to go into? Blastoise took 12% and then O-coded Mon. Maybe Mence? Cobalion? He saw Ice Beam, so he knows I have Rapid Spin, he knows I have Ice Beam, I have a Water Stab, so now he's just trying to decide if I have the Dark Pulse or the Aura Sphere. In this case, if I had the Aura Sphere, I would take him out. Okay, so Houndoom comes out. That is... Destiny Bond Houndoom. Okay, so Mega for Mega, but it takes out 2 of his mons, which is very nice. Now, though, I'm going into my Azelf. I'm Scarf. I know I can outspeed anything. Goes into his Gator. Gator is something I want to T-Bolt. Something I want to T-Bolt now. 71%. Buddy, I'm Choice Scarfed. No one ever respects Choice Scarfed Azelf. It's really good. It really puts a number on a lot of people's teams. It stops setup sweepers like that. People think they can take a hit and set up and outspeed. No, they can't. I'm Scarfed Azelf. Yep, there he goes. You guys can't see it because it's not on the screen, but he put a little face. Then I'm going to Cobalion. I'm a Cobalion. When you go into Chestnut, I know I can take any hit from this thing. And let me see what I want to do. I'm going to set up a Leech Seed. He might go for the CC. He goes for Iron Head, not going to be doing much at all. And honestly, I almost want to double Leech Seed, but I want to go for Drain Punch this turn, just to be safe. I want to get a lot of damage off on Cobalion if possible, and that is exactly what's going to happen right here. Boom. So there's 40, 29. Just go for a Drain Punch. It's my best play here because I know he's going to go for CC. Oh god, or Iron Head. Oh god. That is not bad, it's just annoying. I know I can Spiky Shield, he's going to get Recoil. Yep. Recoil to him, and then I'm going to recover off the rest of that health. Going to put him about 40%, 38, okay. Although, now the Crobat Mence can come out. Okay, that's one thing that can. I can see that happening. I do have two forms of priority. Okay, good. So he's Special Mence. That actually relieves a lot of pressure off me, because now I can go into P2 and I know it walls it for sure, and even if it doesn't, Intimidate. Here, I'm going to fire for Discharge. I want to get off as much damage on this thing as possible. Well, not really. I want to paralyze it for the most part. Draco is going to be doing jack shit. I'm going for Discharge. Hopefully get the para. We don't, of course. Honestly, I can keep discharging. He doesn't have a move that can take me out. I don't have Ice Beam on this thing because I really wall the Mence, and I like the power of Azelf, Scarf, ZZZ. Azelf is Scarf. It completely destroys your team from this point. Yeah. Pronounced at 1496. Let's go for another battle. One more battle, though, to finish off the lav. I like this remix. I'm gonna actually mute the sounds because I like the music that's playing. It's the Abandoned Ship remix by Glitch X City. So, Okay. Mammo lead or Heliolisk lead. Heliolisk because he knows I'm going to lead off with my Blastoise. I see P2 being my best lead. Mamoswine leads, good. I do trace the Thick Fat. And he might want to go for rocks. Fine with that. I'm going to fire off Tri-Attack. Do as much damage as possible. See, this is why I like Tri-Attack. Get a stab move that does not get walled by Mamoswine. 36%. Oh, he's lefties. That's interesting. I want to discharge, predicting... Okay, Suicune comes out. I was predicting the Cobalion, not the Suicune, but that's going to do a decent amount. 34%. Okay, good. Okay, we haven't faced a Suicune yet, so I don't really have much to actually deal with it. But I am going to actually fire off another discharge. He actually could have swept me there. I have a problem with Crocoon. Just realized that now. I don't have any type of phaser or anything like that. But that was not a real battle. Let's find one more. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. I always see this thing as a lead. No matter how many times, like, I play it, this thing is always the lead. Entei gets walled by so many things on his team. Okay, it's good. It's a good start. Do I Stone Edge or Bulldoze? Because he has no reason to stay in, because he knows I can... Okay, good. Predicted that rather nicely. Do I get the burn as a reward? No, I do not. He doesn't have rocks on this thing, I know that for a fact. And there's nothing he could do to me, so I'm just going to go into Chestnut. Safest play. He might Toxic him, but there's nothing I can really do about that. Something's going to get Toxic anyway eventually. And... let me just go for a layer of spikes. I want to set up a layer of spikes on his team because that's going to force out the fortress. There we go. Now he's definitely going to want to spin. So I am going to go into my... oh, did I click Entei? Better have clicked Entei. There we go. Once again, this is just going to force out his Gastrodon. And that's kind of what I... actually, no, it's not going to force out Gastrodon, is it? Actually, yeah, I'm going to go for it. If he wants to go into Houndoom and try to get that Houndoom up there, then he does. Okay, that's a good play on his part. I do respect that play a lot. However, I do have a very safe switch in the form of P2, because I will trace his Flash Fire. I will then be immune to Fire type, and then... well, I can go from there, basically. He's a very bulky team. Gastro Fortress is a very annoying core to take down, especially with the Flash Fire Houndoom, which is no longer Flash Fire. Now I'm Flash Fire. And... now I'm going to Toxic something. Okay, maybe not. I really don't have much of a way of taking out his core, which I just realized now. I'm relying on the possibility of a Lucario sweep. Okay, Blastoise. Let's send you out. Okay, he sets to Volt Switch. It's a good play on his part because I don't have a ground type on this team. But what is his check to my Blastoise? If it's the Whimsicott. Okay, it's Machamp. This thing's such a threat. Let's go. Burn it. AV. Not gonna burn it. Gonna do a lot to me. Of course. Okay, no. I was gonna go down. That's fine though. I was able to see what he would go for, and I did prove that he was in fact a Salt Vest. Okay, he doesn't have much for Lucario though. Barring that Mence. But if Mence keeps on coming out, I'll be taking a lot of damage every time. Lucario's not something you fucking mess with. So let's go for a close combat. I believe he'd be Intimidate, although he doesn't seem to have many physical... I mean, he has the Machamp. Is he trying to complete that core by using his Mence as a defensive Mon? Defensive Mence, especially defensive Gastrodon, and then like probably specially defensive... ooh, that thing's dead. So Machamp goes down, and that's a huge threat out of the way for us. So thank the Lord of that. But Mence is definitely going to come out now. It's a Pokemon that can definitely deal with Lucario very nicely. But the fact that he didn't bring it out means that he might not be Intimidate. In fact, Houndoom's going to end up coming out here. And Porygon 2 is the safest switching I have. If he wants to double switch... okay, he didn't double switch. Flamethrower won't be doing enough to me. I'm going to recover. It's my safest play. Okay. So that's going to be doing half to me now, about. A little bit of an issue, but there's nothing I can do. How do I want to go about this, though? So I can go for Tri-Attack, try to get off more damage, or I can go for Discharge and hope for the Paralysis. If I go for Discharge and I get it, actually I'm going to go for Tri-Attack. There's no reason for me to go for Discharge and risk it. That's not going to be doing as much as Flamethrower, buddy. Okay, so now this won't take him out, so I'm going to go for Discharge. Maybe I'll get the pair. Maybe I'll be able to actually... so he's going for flinches. Maybe I'll get the pair and be able to recover, and I do. Okay, let's start recovering. You should not have gone for Dark Pulse, man. Really should not have. You will get parried eventually. I know that for a fact. And he's not doing enough to where I can't recover some. I am just recovering up. Oh. I had that coming, I guess. The fact it happened before he... Yeah, wow, that takes me out. Okay, that's unfortunate. I was hoping he would get burned eventually or something, but I guess not. Okay. Azelf to come in. And let's just U-turn and take him out. Okay. The Gastro Fortress core is being a very big problem for me right now. I'm wearing it down, but it's a problem. And the fact that if I go into Anti, I take 25% is really going to do a number to me. Especially the fact that I don't have... Actually, just not know the Whimsicott will just come in and set up on me. Okay, let's go into Lucario. Immense does come out. Okay. What's he gonna go for, though? He sent out this Mence. He knows I have Chestnut. He knows I potentially... Is this mixed Mence with Life Orb? If it's mixed Mence, I can't stay in anyway. I have to go into Chestnut. But if he goes for Fire Blast, it's gonna be a problem. Earthquake. Fantastic. Best case scenario right there. So he's Scarfed. And... he set up another layer of spikes. The reason I'm doing this is he does go into Fortress. That's fine. Let me just quickly... I want to rack up damage against this Fortress. Let's not let him go for his Volt Switch. Okay, so he does go for Volt Switch. Does he not have spinning capabilities? Okay, he does. Okay. That is something I did not want to see. Really true. Did not want to see that whatsoever. I'm gonna go for spikes. It's fine. Okay. I do let my Chestnut go down here. Chestnut is my most expendable member, sadly. Unfortunately, that is the case, though. And here, I'm just gonna Spiky Shield. See what he wants to lock himself into. If it's Dragon Claw or Outrage, I can go into my Lucario. If it's Earthquake, I can go into... He goes for Earthquake, so I can actually go into my Azelf safely. How do I want to go about this? Who does he need less? Fortress or Gastrodon? This prediction can save me the game, or it can lose me the game. Okay, so my team remaining is Lucario, Entei, and Azelf. Whimsicott doesn't cover either of them. Mence will not stay in if it's Scarfed, which I'm assuming it is at this point. Fortress deals with Lucario. He has to keep it for that. Gastron deals with Entei. He has to keep it for that. I have to go for Psychic. I'm predicting the Whimsicott to come out. Okay. Okay, this is fine. I'm going to continuously go for Psychic now. Maybe try to stack up some hazards or Rapid Spin? We'll see. We will see. The thing is, if he gets a safe switch into Gastrodon, I'm scarfed. I'm not Expert Belt. I can't surprise him by surprisingly go for Energy Ball, which in this case would actually really help me out. Okay, that's Spadef drop, and he goes for Gyro Ball. Nearly takes me out. Okay. Let's go for another Psychic. We don't have a choice now. We die on Rock Switch in. He doesn't have a reason to save this thing anymore, though. Okay. Now I am scarfed. He doesn't know I'm scarfed. I'm hoping he goes into his Mence thinking I'm not scarfed. I never actually revealed the fact that I am. He goes into Whimsicott. Safe play on his part. Doesn't really need the Whimsicott. I'm going to fire off a Psychic. I know I outspeed it. Do a lot of damage, and a Moonblast takes me out. Lefties. No choice anymore. I said Lucario had a chance to clean up at the end, right? This is its time. And I think it actually will. Let's fire off close combat. All I need is to put Mence in an Entei's E-Speed range. That's all I need to do. Mence's E-Speed, into Entei's E-Speed range. That's all that has to have happened right now. Come on, Lucario. Come on. Come on. You can do it. It didn't matter. Didn't matter. If it crit killed, then Entei's E-Speed cleaned up. That is true. If it crit killed, then Entei's E-Speed would have 100% just cleaned up at that point. GG. Fantastic game. Anyways, guys, that's a long video, so if you enjoyed, comment, like, rate, and subscribe. What's up, Tom, C, or George, and, well, peace out.